Brad Pillinger from LJ Hooker. Are you thinking of selling?
Well, I've sold everything in the last 6 weeks. Absolutely everything.
I had 3 auctions due for tomorrow night. 2 of them are sold. 1 of them is going to be sold. 3 weeks, sold. Will it be easy to do? I don't think it'll be easy, but can it happen quickly? It can happen quickly. Mate, very productive is how I am. If you're involved in real estate and I don't know about you, that's a mean feat. You have not done a lot at all. Let us sell that property. If you want to. Do you want to? Just get us on board and let's get it sold. It's costing you every single month. It's costing you. And now you're going to give some 21-year-old a shot at it. It's like, well, what have I done? The simple fact is this, it's the agent handling the property who sells it, if it can be sold. You give it to me, I'm excited, you get my total effort, fantastic. Come in and I'll fix this for you. Now, if you don't like me at the end of it, you needn't speak to me again, but put the money in your bank. Is that a deal? Thank you. Bye.
We're doing this one for you today, young Bradley. Brad the Bull. That's it. Brad the Bull.
Competing is life, I reckon.
When I found out his personal assistant job was up for grabs, I jumped at it straight away and I ended up with it and haven't looked back since.
What we're going to do is try and do the same thing now for Judge Street. We're going to sell this thing this week, right? Honestly and truly, I was inspired into this job. It's going to be auction next Tuesday. We've got interest. I had a father who sold me on it, and I am sold on it.
He could do with his ears being fixed. There's a bit too much of the rugby look about him.
I like playing in the eastern suburbs because anything can happen. Phone can ring and you can be on to the biggest deal of your life just like that.
He likes to be in the A team. There's no doubt about that. He was prepared to shed a bit of blood, sweat and tears. He didn't like to lose possession. He took that pretty hard and he didn't take losing very easily. So whether it's sport, whether it's winning, whether it's his business, whether it's his family, he gets pretty worked up, and I gather it sort of has run in the family. He inherited it probably from his dad.
I was just saying that he's one of the top agents, definitely. I've never met a hungrier agent than this guy. He's up at 8 o'clock at night returning calls, not knowing who was calling him.
Oh, jeez, look at the time. Come on.
I think with him it's, how hard he works and does he get the property sold? And the answer is, well, yes, he does. Coming up now to number 6 Queen's Avenue, Vaucluse, which Brad sold for 12.1 million.
I sold a Bungan Head waterfront. I've sold properties at Palm Beach.
We're here at 69 Wolsey Road, which Brad exchanged for 12 million, simultaneously exchanging Rene Rifkin's place for just over 16 million.
However, when it comes to looking after the client and service and backup and all that sort of stuff, if you close your eyes, I could see people being interested in buying a house or an apartment from Brad. Has he gone yet? I'll buy it.
If you like it, I'm here to sell it to you. When do we get your husband through? You're free on Wednesday to look at it? Get on to those calls. I want some appointments. Okay. Go through the list. Start it now.
Look, I don't know. I'm only going on Peter Fitzsimons, who's a former Wallaby and a partner in crime with me on Fox Sports. And he said that Pillinger was probably the worst player he's ever seen, and he said he's the only player in the history of the game who actually rubbed his own ears at home to make them look cauliflowered, so that it looked like he put in, week out, far more than he actually did.
Bradley Pillinger in the rugby trade was always known as the bitter pill. A great man. I've never worked with him in real estate, so I don't know, but as a football player and as a man, the most intense, the most passionate, the most never give up, whatever the score, whatever the situation, on and on and on.
Even though I don't have a definite head yet, I'm getting close. Brad Pillinger. It's a great property.
He had foundations of energy, reservoirs of energy that the rest of us could only guess at.
I'm available all the time.
Even if we were well behind with only a few minutes to go, some would drop their head. I can say fairly of Pill, he never dropped his head.
Listen, it's the biggest growth area commercially on the planet.
Mate, you telling me?
He gave it everything he had in him right to the last whistle.
It's the ultimate contest. It's physical, mental, emotional, the whole thing.
Strong family man, a very, very strong family man. And, a good guy to be around. I think And I think everybody in the rugby community would say that about the bitter pill.
Thank you. Okay, now look, it's getting serious with Judge Street. Alex is walking up the stairs as we speak with a faxed offer.
Brad Pillinger is a unique human being.
I need to know the Savo.
He's rock solid.
Unless you're talking to me, I'm not holding things up for you.
This is where we should go off the record. Look, he works so hard for his clients that his life expectancy is probably a little shorter than it can be. That's what you get with Brad. You get the blood.
This is number 7 Wolseley Crescent, Paradise Samur, which Brad sold twice, most recently for 8.5 million. 8 Nelson Street for 7.5 million.
If we got a yes on this, are you ready to exchange tomorrow? You happy with the contract, happy with everything? You guys sign it and give it to me and let me go, and that's exactly how I want to do it, right?
It was pretty much a walk-up start. There was no drama.
Exactly.
The only problem was having to pay for the place.
I've got a signed contract, 66W and check. What I've got to do now is get on to the others and see if anyone else is real, but I'm just a bit empowered by that. I'm extremely well. You had a look at 70 Judge Street yesterday. There's a possibility it'll be sold before auction. When do you think you'll be able to give me a definite?
Well, Brad first sold a home for me in Bondi Junction about 3.5 years ago. In 24 hours of selling it, we thought obviously we're going to have to get somewhere else. As I say, lo and behold, the blue heeler, Bradley, 9 o'clock at night, found the perfect house in Rose Bay. We exchanged within 24 hours. It wasn't even up for sale. I don't think this chap even knew he was selling it. He has a good attitude towards selling. A lot of these other guys, they wander around. Brad's on the phone, constantly on the phone, looking for the next deal for his customers.
Listen, I need to turn you around on that property.
It'll be 5 or 6 properties now over the years, and it's been a good business relationship. We've managed to achieve something out of each deal that we've done. When you decide to run with him, you get a free snippet in the courier.
You're interested, not interested, need a little bit more time.
Once you get to know him, he is a bit of a blue heeler, the old snips. Bash and barge, the blue heeler. He knocks them out. 10 o'clock at night, it doesn't matter, just whatever's happening.
Look, I'm getting close to selling that warehouse. Do you want me to take you down there in the morning? If you like it, I'll put my cards on the table and tell you exactly where I am and exactly where you need to be. Can't push her any harder than I have. I actually enjoy the market we're in at the moment where things have tightened up because the real salesmen and saleswomen come to the fore. You've got to really do your job.
I thought he was a very nice man and a very sincere man and a very hard worker. You know, he didn't give up until he had done the deal for us. It's an intense period of time, so for the 3 days that he was sort of trying to do the deal, it was all day and, you know, hours into the night. So he would speak to them, speak to us, pop around here at night.
Hello, Brad.
So it's all very personal service and, you know, he's pretty dedicated to the job until he gets it done.
Succinct, not pushy. We got the price more than the price we wanted. Very happy to deal. Worked 24 hours a day around the clock. Contactable anytime. No problems.
He's just straight with you and there's no pushiness, and that's what I liked. And I think, you know, if we were to sell a house again, I would use him again.
I'll split my pants.
I don't think we have any choice but to use him again because I have this feeling we're going to have Brad in our life for the rest of our life now. We'll be coming around and knocking on our door next year to sell.
He's had a reputation of being
What are you doing?
Split my pants so your dad and mum were kind enough to give me a needle and thread. Yeah, no, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. That's right. I'll call you later. Bye.
We're building a new church, and Brad was on the committee from day one and has given his professional advice in some ways that have been very beneficial for us and for the whole project.
What we negotiated was the sale of the whole thing,
Yes.
which meant that we got the entire coverage on the ground floor and 3 stories up.
But no matter what sort of week he's having, Brad manages to sort of remain positive and believing that, you know, this is going to be a great week, and I think that's part of his success. Just a tremendous resilience and a tremendous way of moving through all kinds of adversity.
So we're going to get back a building worth maybe, what do you think, 8?
Yes, $8 million on current values in this area.
And we've got to raise a minimum of 2 and 3 if Graham wants his finish.
He would be one of the most hard-working and generous men that I know.
It's an adrenaline rush.
In the midst of a very, very frantic professional life, he is a great family man.
No, it's going to be sold in about an hour's time, unless you're telling me you're prepared to sign something in 10 minutes at better. Spoke to him.
And then Brad sold this one for 6.3 million, 13 Bolcara Road, Bellevue Hill.
Mate, I've left you a couple of messages. I'm about to exchange this contract at 5 o'clock. It's better than what you offered me. You better ring me. Spoke to her and she's out. Well, I tried to say it time and time again. I said not to muck around midweek.
Brad is one of the nicest salesmen I've ever met. We've dealt with a lot of them over the years, and Brad is a man who actually delivers what he says. He goes out of his way, he's consistent, he's got lots of energy, and he's always there to make it easy for you. I would just put that down to passion and wanting the best for his client.
And the Heritage Mansion coming up, 102 Elizabeth Bay Road, sold for 12.2 million.
Hear me clearly. If you'd have offered what I'd have told you to offer, you'd have owned it. Alex, can you make sure that we could have a boardroom at 5 o'clock? Hello? You can legitimately say you gave them every chance. Just go and get some Pillinger and one bottle, right? And just get up there and write all the best tomorrow. Regards, Brad and Alex.
Okay, mate.
Okay?
I've done a lot of soul searching today, spoken a lot with Brad, and I think he's done the best he can to achieve the best for us.
David, please come in. That Bradley Pillinger is a man of great charm and persuasion, and it's an absolute joy to do things with him. Oh, he's so lovely, that Bradley. Winifred, I'm just telling lies to Bradley Pillinger. How are you, love?
Sign that, will you?
He's gone in. Well, why don't you call through Double Bay and I'll take you somewhere nice for a quiet drink?
We don't care about that. Sign this. It certainly it gets in your psyche, that's for sure, and in your blood. I guess that's right. Yeah, it gets in your system.
That's it.
Thank you.
Come on. Prospects. I'm going to get a few now. You watch. Because I've done this for years and years and years, and I can take my blue book with my inquiries and I can open it up and find someone who would better match your property if I got to see it quicker than anyone who's 21 years of age can whip through a database. How do I feel about 3? I'd love to produce it. I'm just talking about, come Christmas, do you want to have the property sold at the highest and best that a good market can produce? Hang on. Listings of big properties are not hard.
Here I am, within looking at it in a week, I purchased it. Mate, you haven't got time to worry. Breddo, my partner, calls him the Bulldog.
Fantastic. Alright, mate. Beautiful, thank you. Bye-bye. Beautiful, mate. I bought the new car like I was talking to you about.
He needs one, doesn't he?
I do.
Yeah. Taking my clients around in that bucket of bolts. Yeah, if I have a game of Monopoly, I want to win. Simple as that. Hey, grab a piece, grab a piece. Hey, that's the pill. Give us. Double rent because you got all 3. If you're doing something, you're doing it to win, and yeah, you can enjoy it, and you can have a beer afterwards, but whilst it's on, it's on. Right. $7.50 and sell what you got to pay it.
No.
I have never cheated at Monopoly. No, I have not.
I'm buying a house.
Yeah, just depends on your interpretation of the rules. $7.50 and we'll wipe her out. Brad. Why would I? Don't have to. Okay. Oh, I bet you were. Don't rip it. Don't.